guys, it's Joel and welcome back to the channel. Today I am joined by this very nice looking 3-litre SI Coupe and also I say this very nice looking version, that would have been very odd.
You've never filmed with
a
Coupe before.
Literally, I get people call me Mr. Z4 on YouTube, but I've done Z4M, Roadster, Coupe, like 2.5s. Never done.
Have you filmed with a facelift Roadster?
No.
No.
So basically, I haven't done any of the facelift sort of models. As far as I'm aware, I can't remember. I thought we'd just been at a car meet. We might as well tell you guys a little bit about this car, and I guess you'd quite like to hear my impressions of it. So, should we start with a little walk around of it? Yeah. You can tell us a little bit more, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right, so James, if you wouldn't mind, tell me a little bit about, well, how long you've had this car, why you actually ended up with the Z4, and also, what makes this one unique?
So, I was looking at a whole range of different cars, the Mini Cooper S, John Cooper Works. I worked at a garage at the time, so I'd driven a few of these cars. I made an iPhone notes and I listed the price of the car, the cost it would be to insure because I'm quite young, and the price of the car for the fastest car, the most sort of different car, and the cheapest insurance came out as the Coupe. It's very different.
Oh,
there's only, don't quote me right, I know the figure is something like 237 Coupe SI Sports. And there's actually
in the UK?
There's actually less registered SI Sports than M's.
I think that's true actually, because I was looking at this the other day. I'm sure there'll be someone who can correct us if we're wrong. But
so
they are rare.
I mean, this is a great car. 3-litre straight 6 manual, 265 horsepower from a 3-litre straight 6.
Nice.
For what you get, it's such great value for money, and for the insurance as well. It was just a no-brainer, really.
So quickly before we jump in, guys, I thought it would be, some of you will probably ask in the comments, can you do a comparison video, because this is obviously a facelift, that's a Roadster, but that's a pre-facelift Roadster. So for those of you that have got the question, and I've seen you guys ask it before in other videos, the main differences externally between the SIs, the facelifts, and the non-SI pre-facelifts are the lights at the front. They don't have the yellow indicator strip, which my car has. Also, the side indicators are clear, like the front headlights. And the rear headlights, or not headlights, the rear lights are different. They're sort of all red. Whereas if we go to my Z4, which is absolutely filthy, it is basically just a camera car. That has got the orange sort of theme going on there as well. And like I say, also on the side.
Hello.
Oh, hi there, James. Oh yes. Oh yeah. So, the other notable thing about the Coupe as opposed to the Roadster, which James rightly mentioned we should talk about before we actually do rev and drive, is the boot. I can't get in my boot like that, but obviously the Coupe is sort of a hatchback in a sense. You've got the unlimited height for storage, so it gives you, I think, overall more capacity than you would have in the Roadster. But yeah, so worth having a quick look at. But shall we jump in the car now and take it on the road?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Yeah. Right, so here we are inside the Coupe.
The Coupe.
You can say the
Coupe. The Coupe.
The Coupe.
No, it's the Coupe.
The Coupe.
Coupe.
That's a good start, isn't it? We're inside, and as I said at the start of the video, I've never actually been in a Coupe apart from the M.
The M, yeah.
Which some would argue, well, yeah, that's going to give you the most rigid feeling.
It's the only Coupe you've been in Andy's white Z4. Is it Andy? O2 Slow?
Yeah, Andy O2 Slow. Yes, that is the only M Coupe I've been in.
This is the nastiest pothole.
Why? Where are we? It's like Jurassic Park. I guess the first thing I noticed coming out of my very soft 3-litre SE or whatever it is.
I think it's just an I, isn't it?
Just an I, maybe.
3-litre.
It's the seats and also the suspension. They are the two most noticeable things. Whoa! Well, I guess that can segue nicely onto modifications. So the main one being, I know you recently, after much abuse from me, I think you wanted to anyway. Encouragement, let's say. You had an exhaust modification. You didn't have a back box delete.
I always wanted to do something with the exhaust because I personally thought the stock exhaust was too quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
But then I also thought yours was too rowdy, being a back box delete, as well as it droning. Cash to go and spend on a 800 quid custom exhaust or whatever.
No, I've never understood that personally.
Yeah. I got a couple of quotes. I got a quote for exhaust to be made, still silly figures like 600. So, and so one of my friends, Lucas, with a SI Sport, same as this,
yeah,
had his back box modified.
Okay.
And they essentially cut out all of the pipes with the holes in the resonation pipes. I don't really know.
They essentially just take out all the sound deadening, baffling stuff.
They take out the sound deadening, baffling.
We're two very educated people here talking about a subject we know in depth so well.
I know, it's silly, isn't it?
But essentially, you didn't have the back box sawed off and removed for straight pipes. You had components of it taken out. If I'm right.
So it is still the stock back box.
Yeah.
But it's been straight piped through the back box, so it doesn't have the sort of curves that would have originally
muffled the sound even more.
Muffled the sound, quietened it down and stuff.
And yeah, you guys make your own opinion up, but it does sound really good.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a hell of a lot louder.
So what are we doing now? Like 40 miles an hour in
40 in 6th gear. I mean,
what's it like at motorway speed? Is it?
It's absolutely fine.
Really?
This is 4th gear, 50 miles an hour.
Can't hear it at all.
It's fine. Whereas in yours, I'm sure you would do a little squirt in a second.
So, as we've said 100 times, I've never been in this car, or any coupe for that matter. I've heard we've driven together several times now, and your car, I've always thought, oh, it sounds great. It's just, it sounds like mine, just not quite as loud, at least from the outside. However, having been in here, it really just sounds stock. So actually, it's got me thinking that this might be the perfect sort of trade-off. Because yes, it's not as loud, it's not going to turn quite as many heads as my car, necessarily for right or wrong reasons, but it is completely stock in here, whereas mine is pretty bad. Tunnel!
Pretty good, isn't it?
It is pretty good, and the backfires are more like gunshots, aren't they? Little pops. So at this point in the video, guys, I just want to say, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it and you haven't left it a like, please do that now. And also, if you're one of the 80% or so of people of my viewers who are not subscribed, please do subscribe. We're almost hitting 10k, which will be amazing once we get there. So if you could subscribe, I would be so grateful. Another thing I was going to ask, actually, because I guess you've been in the market more recently than I, only having this car since what, March or something. What's the price difference like between these and the Roadsters?
I don't know. I can tell you. I've never looked at Roadsters.
Did you actually not?
No.
Are you not a Roadster man at all?
No. I looked at the E89s for like a bit, and
with the hard top convertible, yeah.
The thing that was really interesting was that you would assume, like as you've said many times with insurance and stuff, a smaller engine doesn't necessarily mean cheaper insurance.
No, absolutely not.
So I was looking at the E89 1.8i. It's like just a down-tuned, the most down-tuned 2-litre version. The insurance in that car was actually more expensive than a 35 IS.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Doesn't surprise me. I think that is actually the biggest, we're going to go off topic again, but it's the biggest misconception, which it actually frustrates me that people don't. Lots of people who've watched my videos have actually said, oh yeah, thank you so much, because I've been able to get this 3 litre and I was looking at a 1.6 Astra, and it's cheaper to insure a 3 litre Z4.
I know, it's silly, isn't it?
It's just, it's basically, it's all it comes down to is statistics. How many people of your age, in your sort of bracket, are writing off and making claims on their cars? You'll find there's more young people writing off Vauxhall Astras or smaller engine cars, because because that's what they think is cheaper to insure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
as I was saying at the start of the video when I was looking at different cars, Mini Coopers and stuff.
yeah,
I mean, the John Coupe works are very expensive cars as they are, but to insure them, because those cars have been driven and crashed by younger people, the statistics means the insurance is much more expensive.
totally.
Whereas I don't want to quote, but I'm probably one of the youngest coupe owners.
Yeah,
in
you're
the
definitely.
UK.
How old are you
So,
now? 21. 20.
21 in May.
Makes me feel old, man. I'm 20, just turned 23. But yeah, maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot by telling everyone about these cars, because the more young people end up buying them, the
more they'll crash and the higher your insurance will be. Don't curb my wheels.
You can let me have a quick go.
Yeah, go on then.
Shall we like clap our fingers, and then when we do it, then we'll be.
Should we do that thing where we jump and swap seats?
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
You need to take your seatbelt off. You can do it properly.
I've just done that. 3, 2, 1. Hey! There we are. I'm going to adjust the seat.
Your first time driving
I'm
a
probably going to go so
facelift.
far forward, I'm going to be out of the shot.
Yeah, little short boy.
Yeah, the seats are so huggy. That's
They're
the
nice.
first thing I notice, and I guess the second thing I'm going to notice is probably,
How my clutch is
Your clutch
absolutely ruined.
yeah, it's literally right there, the biting point.
Yeah.
And secondly, most notable thing is the steering wheel
Yeah.
thickness.
Does
It
feel
is
thicker?
nice, actually. It is nice. I do like how thin mine is and easy to sort of thread, but this is,
You were saying it's nicer to drift.
yeah, it is. You can really just throw it.
Yeah.
Whereas this
Don't
is a
kill
bit
the old
more-
lady.
Thank you,
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
But yeah, this is nice, and it is nice with the snubby gearbox as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to talk about a little bit about the speed differences, because this is 30 brake horsepower up on mine, or 34.
Yeah. What's yours like? 235.
231, I think mine is.
Okay. Yeah.
And hang on, we're just going through this again. Let's have a little. That is fun, isn't it? So yeah, in terms of the performance difference, obviously there's only about 30 brake horsepower,
Yeah.
and what I can feel is the torque.
Yeah.
There's definitely a difference in torque. But yeah, I think once you get to the sort of top end, it's barely noticeable. For anyone that's wondering, maybe between an SI Roadster and an SI Coupe.
Yeah.
Sorry, a non-SI.
You said you've driven the 2.5, haven't you?
Yeah, my dad's got one. Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And that's the same, really, with his
yeah.
and mine. I think if you had a 2.5
Yeah.
and this,
Yeah.
you'd start to notice that.
So it was interesting. So I drove my friend's 2.5, and in the passenger seat, like he was saying, oh, it's gutless compared to the 3 litre.
yeah.
And he was saying like how much of a difference there was, but I couldn't feel it in the passenger seat. But then when I drove it and I floored it, it was like it was missing that bit.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's just missing something, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I have to say, very quick spin. All in all, these drive really nice, and you can
Yeah.
notice the increased rigidity with the coupe.
Yeah.
It's a lot more actually when you sort of do this.
Well, it's
point and
different
shoot.
as well because I've got different suspension. I don't have run flats,
Okay, yeah.
and the geometry is different. I think this has M3 CSL geometry.
Right. Okay.
So this will handle, assuming yours is stock springs, stock shocks, stock. You've got run flats.
no, I'm off the run flats.
You're off run
no
flats.
Run flats, but they're not
Okay.
particularly good tyres. I do want to
Yeah.
get some good tyres on there because I realise that makes a massive
But
difference.
as well, your geometry will be very different. So
In terms of this video, thank you so much for agreeing after much pestering to let me film with it.
yeah,
It's a really
alright.
cool car.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw the comments after probably 4 videos of me featuring in drives and in the background.
Yeah, let's
Film
do a
with that
video
coupe.
100%. So I'm glad
Finally.
we've done it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to summarise, just like I'd love to sort of do a back-to-back comparison with the two
Yeah.
cars maybe at some point, but no, it was good fun to do this. And yeah, maybe one day do a back-to-back comparison with like an SI Roadster and an SI Coupe. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. Anyway, look, thank you so much. As we said at the start, you have just started a YouTube channel with your friends.
Yes.
That is what? Give it a plug.
So it is the 3 Spanners. So we're sort of 3 petrol heads that just wanted to film some content. I've got this. George has a Defender 110.
Yeah.
And Tom, who's sort of loosely in the background, has a Defender 90.
So in other words, you've got some cool content.
Yeah,
there.
we've got some cool
coming
content.
up. Go and subscribe.
Yeah.
And then maybe one day you'll see something with this as well.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're on Instagram, aren't you? So people can follow you there. I'll leave all the links in the description.
At JHPgram.
Awesome. Well, James, thank you so much. It's
No
been
worries.
a laugh. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm glad we have.
Yeah, cool.
So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions for James about the car, please comment below or send him a message. And
I'll probably see the comments anyway.
Anything else, of course, anything else you guys want to see with a car like this, let me know and I'll make it happen. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.